So we've got our program today, New and Better AFMARS. Bill, are you ready to
Yep.
take over?
Yep.
All right.
Good morning, lady and gentlemen. Those that don't know of me, I'm Bill Hartsell. For those that you do know me, I'm still Bill Hartsell. I'm going to pass this sheet out, down the sides, down the middle. Please sign in to this briefing. That's for my edification and those above me in Air Force Mars. If you would fill in the appropriate information, at least your name and your call sign, and if you've been in Mars before or not, which service. The rest of the contact information, fill that in if you want me to follow up with you. This is not a tribute, it doesn't belong to OCAPA, so it won't go into mess up OCAPA's database. Appreciate that. And if after the briefing, if anybody wants to talk to me about anything, or perhaps get some applications, I'll have them available too, also. As that old Oldsmobile, I think it was Oldsmobile, commercial says, this ain't your dad's old or your grandfather's old Oldsmobile. Okay? As I look out amongst you, I would imagine, especially those of you that are in the older category, have probably heard of Mars, either Army or Air Force Mars, one or the other, and it might have even been in it. It is not the same. I've been on both sides of that fence. I'm biased, that's probably the wrong way. On the other hand, I'm biased with regard to this program in that I have to reluctantly admit it's a hell of a lot better than the old Mars. It really is. Mars headquarters, Air Force Mars headquarters, and most of my remarks are going to be toward the Air Force side. Air Force Mars headquarters is still at Scott Air Force Base up in southern part of Illinois. These are the two gentlemen that run it from up there on the staff. Now, this is a military-made presentation. Like all military organizations, they gotta have their flow charts all over the place. They gotta have all their regulations, and I can say this because I've done this crap. They gotta have all this information to justify their existence or show that, yeah, we're really supposed to be here as part of some organization. I'm skipping this stuff. If you really wanna see it, I'll sit down with you after and let you read it. Anybody know or remember Senator Barry Goldwater? He was one of our leading Air Force Mars guys way back when. We have a station that originally started in the Pentagon Mars Station. Their call sign is, what would you think it'd be? How about Whiskey Alpha Romeo? War. Great, because we haven't won a war since 1947 when they made the Pentagon and changed everything to the Defense Department. The only thing left at the Pentagon is the war radio station. Of course, unless you get close enough, we can't hurt you with RF, so. Camp Pendleton, we have several base stations called base support stations, which I'll get into. This is one of the original from way back in the 50s. We're talking east-west. Those of you that served in Vietnam may well have used one of the Mars radio stations. This one's at Tonson Air Base in Saigon. We had one at Da Nang Air Base, and I think there was one in Central Coastline in Cameron Bay. I'm not sure about that, don't remember. And for all those years, I guess I could say we operated. We operated HF, Some places locally, we operated VHF, like here at Tinker and out at McGuire Base, Travis. But about 3 years ago, the Air Force fully took the reins of Army, Air Force, or Mars in general, took the reins and made a drastic, I'll have to admit, improvement over the way we operated, how, when, and where, all that stuff, which is what I'm gonna get into. Those of you that have been in the Mars before, I'll repeat, it ain't the old one. Okay, there's gonna be a test on this page. Well, actually, that's the end of that one. All those directives told why we're implemented, who we work with. Starts off with Department of Defense, and it goes up and down from there. Shares, many of you have heard of course, RACES, Aries, we interface with them. Another, Tom, by the way, thanks for doing this.